Hello everyone, AS for Awesome here, and this is not from the depths. This is Cheap Games, a series where we take a game worth less than $1 and do a quick review. Today we're taking a look at Ampersand. Ampersand was released on October 19th, 2015, was developed by Pi Gravity, and published by Back to Basics Gaming. Currently on Steam, it has a mostly negative rating, with only 37% of reviews being positive. And after playing about 2 hours of the game, it's pretty easy to see why. First thing to note is that Ampersand launches to this screen, which is the level select. There's no options, there's no title screen, there is nothing. The only other button on this screen is a player button, which is a pop-up menu for signing up on an external site. Not recommended. There are 3 level sets, called grids in this game, which each hold 5 levels or stages. This only comes up to 15 levels, a rather low amount, but that number gets even worse when you learn that some of these stages, actually close to half of them, are the same maps as previous stages, but with different game modes. This repeat of maps is very noticeable early on, as stage 1 and 3 share the same map. Progression in this game is simple. Finish first, second, or third place, or beat the par in a time trial, and get points. You can, however, only earn up to 3 points per stage. Upon getting enough points, you unlock the next set of stages, and at certain intervals, a new vehicle. I believe there are only 5 vehicles in the entire game, as I've only played enough to unlock 3. Please note how the only stat to change between the vehicles is speed, and none of the others matter at all. And here we are in game on stage 3. There are many things to note, so let's get started. As there was no options menu, there is no tutorial or even a pop-up explaining the controls. In fact, I was forced to look up the controls on the Steam forums. The only buttons you use are X to accelerate, Z to use items Mario Kart style, such as the boost seen in the background, and the arrow keys to steer. Yeah, 2016 and arrow keys. Also, no brakes in a racing game. There are 3 game types in Ampersand: race, time trial, and elimination. What you're currently seeing is time trial, and there is some footage of race coming later. Elimination is simply race, with no lap limit and no respawns. In time trial, the only item you can pick up is a boost, which is identical in function to the blue arrows you'll find scattered around the maps. Take notice of how the track seems to build itself in front of you. This is extremely noticeable during normal gameplay and is very distracting. It is also a poor showing of this game's rendering engine. Turning just feels horrible, and drifting is hit and miss. I say hit and miss because sometimes it seems to not happen at all, and it feels like you are locked on rails as the game forces you into a perfect turn. Collisions are pretty bad as well. Slight bumps into the wall make you lose all momentum and can cause your vehicle to jerk around for a moment. Collision damage is also very inconsistent, as head-on crashes at full speed will most likely not even hurt your health bar, which is shown as the red bar beneath the vehicle, while slight bumps to a different wall can cost 1 or 2 full bars. When the stage ends, you have to press Z to continue from this menu. Of course, it doesn't actually tell you that. If you leave it for long enough, sometimes all the audio will cut off until you return to the menu. In-game sounds, music, everything. Here is some race footage. This track is part of the second grid and is a perfect example of how not to make a racetrack. The entire track is blindingly bright, and combined with the strange camera behavior, it can make it impossible to see where you are going at times. Pickups in race and elimination mode includes a variety of weapons, some useless, and others, like the freaking slow field, extremely overpowered. I shall end this video here, me getting a kill by lock-on rockets, and then dying to wonky collisions. And, well, see for yourself. That actually happens fairly often. For the final verdict, no. You should not purchase Ampersand, no matter how cheap. It's simply not worth your time. Thanks for joining me for this first episode of Cheap Games. I'm Ace for Awesome. See you next time.